What is up, future millionaires? It is your boy Mike the Investor, and I want to tell you guys to do not panic on what's happening with the BitTorrent token and what's happening in the entire cryptocurrency market right now. So what we're going to cover in this video, we're going to look at the BitTorrent price chart just so we can see where the prices fell and where it has rallied back up to. Secondly, I'm going to share with you my thoughts on the BTT token if you are a current holder or if you're thinking about adding the BTT token to your position. Thirdly, we're going to look at what my thoughts are on the entire cryptocurrency market for what is currently going on, and then we will end it off with my closing thoughts. Now, before diving into it, definitely consider grabbing you some free Bitcoin by using the Coinbase and Voyager link down below, and let's get ready to dive right into it. Alright, crypto investors, welcome back to the channel. Now, if you're curious on where to purchase the BTT token, if you look here on the screen, you can see you can find this on a ton of exchanges. Now, where I've actually purchased it is on the Voyager app and the Atomic wallet. Now, I hold most of my BTT currently on the Voyager app. Link is in the description. But now let's go ahead and dive into the price chart and just kind of see what's been happening with the BitTorrent token. So now we are on coinmarketcap.com. If we look at the entire cryptocurrency market cap, we have hit under that 2 trillion. We are at 1.9 trillion, but just on the 24 hours, the market is up 3.4%. And that is because it is the weekend. Typically, we see a pump up during the weekend because cryptocurrency is kind of like the only game in town because the stock market is closed and cryptocurrency does not close. So if you look at the 24-hour volume, you can see it is over 324 billion. And if you look at the Bitcoin dominance, it is around 48.6%. And then one gold nugget to kind of keep in mind, when you see that Bitcoin dominance below that 50%, typically that means two things. Typically that means that either altcoins are going to take a dip for Bitcoin to regain that dominance, or Bitcoin is going to move up without altcoins taking a dip for it to regain that dominance. Now, it doesn't, always happen exactly that way, but typically that's what happens. And so if we look currently here, at the BitTorrent token price, it is around 0.007. Now on the 24-hour at the time of this video, they're up 34.4%, but at one time they did hit around 45%, which is incredible. So if we look down here at the current rank, it is number 28 on CoinGecko, and now we look at the market cap at $4.7 billion. So moving on down, we're going to look at the chart here. So on the hour, the BitTorrent token is up 3.2%. On the 24-hour, as we saw, up 34.6%. Now, when we get to the 7-day, we're down 10%. And on the 14-day, which is 2 weeks, 24%. Now, on the 30-day, we are still up over 100%. And then on the 1 year, of course, still up over 3,000%. Now, let's move down a little bit to the graph. I want to go to the 30-day here. And I just want to show you guys kind of where we came from. So if you look here on March, we were at 0.003. Look how much that we have done in just a short of a matter of time. And even with us pulling back, this is not just because of BitTorrent. This is because of the entire cryptocurrency market right now that is kind of in a slight flash crash. Okay, and so you can just kind of see where we have been. I want to hit this 90-day real quick so you guys can see something. So look at this. Look how cheap BitTorrent was just here on February 3rd this year. And so people who bought in around this level is still not panicking because they bought in so low. And then this is also one reason why I say if you are buying higher to that 1 penny range, if you are buying, this should have been a long-term hold for you because we never know when things like this will happen. And this is why I say these are long-term holds. And also you want to understand why you actually invested into this cryptocurrency. You don't want to go off of my personal reasons. Now, if it resonates with you, great, but you also want to validate that as well. Okay, so you don't just kind of want to go off of what I say or any other YouTuber say. We're not financial advisors. We're just people like you sharing our thoughts on projects we believe in. Now, all the projects I've shared on my my channel I personally own, and I've showed all you guys that I've owned it as well, except for Tron for the most part. But pretty much every other cryptocurrency that I've talked about, I've shown you guys that I've actually owned it, and I prefer to keep it that way. Even though I do own other cryptocurrencies, the one I've actually publicly shown you guys, those are the ones I prefer to talk about. All right, hopefully you guys understand that. I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings or anything like that, but you just kind of got to understand I'm invested in what I'm invested in, and I'm gonna stay true to what I'm invested in. So let's kind of look back at the chart here briefly. I just kind of wanted to let you know because I get a lot of DMs on that. So you can see here, these people here at the ground floor, and then here's another ground floor, which is where I was able to get in on BitTorrent. And then you can see we consolidated this entire time for people to buy in, and then we took a step up a little bit, and then we took another step up, which is around this next ground floor. And you can see here, this is where we consolidated around that 0.003, which gave people a chance to buy in again before we seen that huge run up. And if you guys remember, right when it hit that 1 penny, I actually took profits on just 200,000 BTT tokens, which was only about $2,000 in profit, but that was only about less than 5% of my total position. And the reason why I did that is because I knew it went up a little bit too fast, and I wanted to actually use that profit to put it into another position, which was VGX at the time. Still holding VGX, it's a long-term hold for me, and the reason why I did that is because I bought more than my established position. Now, if I would have only had just the established position in BTT, I would have never sold at 1 penny. I would still been holding all of my position like I'm doing now. So I just kind of want to let you guys know that I'm not panicking, I'm not selling, I'm actually looking to buy more if it drops even lower. It did actually drop, you know, around that 0.0054, so that is around a half of a penny. If it drops there again, I do see it dropping below half a penny. So I did see it touch there and it shot right back up, but we will see what happens in the future. So now let's kind of dive into, you know, what are my thoughts on BTT if you are a current holder of the BitTorrent token, or if you're thinking about adding the BitTorrent token in your portfolio. So for those of you that are already holding the BitTorrent token like myself, right now, because I bought in right at that fraction of a penny, I'm not buying at this current price as far as this position. But what I did do, just to be transparent, because it dropped so low, I did actually start a new position in a brand new portfolio because I didn't want to mess up my average cost on this position in the Voyager portfolio. And the reason why is because I believe in the BitTorrent token. I definitely think it's going to be extremely valuable in the future, and being able to buy at these prices in the next 3 to 5 years, people are going to be like, man, why didn't I buy at those prices? So that's what I truly believe. Right now, we are just kind of seeing a crazy pullback that's unexpected, and I'm going to touch on some reasons on when I touch on why we're experiencing this flash crash. So the $1 million question is, should you buy more right now? Well, if you are holding the BitTorrent token, this is what you should think about, and this is not financial advice. If it has dropped lower than where your average cost is, and this is a long-term hold for you, right now this is kind of a no-brainer. I'm not saying dump all of your money in. So for example, say you have $1,000 that you typically invest. What I would probably do is maybe invest $200 to $300, and the reason being is because if it continues to drop lower, you have more cash to invest at a cheaper price. That way you can lower your average cost lower and get more bang for your buck. So you may be saying, well, what if it stops falling and then it shoots it right back up? Well, that's a risk you always have to take as an investor. But for me, I would rather lose a little bit of profits instead of catching a falling knife. Now, falling knife is buying a whole bunch when you think it's going to stop, and then it's going to shoot up, and then it just keeps dropping. And so for those of you that are thinking about buying BitTorrent right now, I will nibble right now until we start to see where things truly are going to go. So that way, say you have $1,000 that you truly want to invest. If you invest all of it at 0.006, and let's just say BitTorrent happens to drop below 0.005. Well, if you invested it all at this price, now you can take advantage at this price. Now, it's not saying that it's going to go there, but the way things are going currently in the market, I definitely think we're going to see a little bit more blood in the streets. So if you are not holding the BitTorrent token, the same thing kind of applies, but the good thing for you is you're actually establishing a new position, which means wherever you buy in for the first time is going to be your average cost. So a couple things you need to ask yourself and be realistic with yourself as well as an investor. The first thing is, do you know why you're investing in the BitTorrent token? Secondly, is this going to be a short or a long-term hold for you? And these things are really going to change how you look at investments, because if you truly know why you're investing in a project, that is going to tell you whether this is a short-term or whether this is a long-term hold, how quickly you can expect certain things to happen for this project. And the reason being, crypto is the future. Yes, we're going to see some quick gains like we saw, but in retrospect, you want to have time in the market instead of trying to time the market. You will always win having more time in the market instead of trying to sell at the top or maybe buy at the complete bottom, because you will never be able to time it. And I'm telling you, if someone tells you they can, they are lying to you. I'm never going to tell you that I can time the market. I'm never going to tell you this is going to do this. I'm going to tell you what I think and what my opinion is, but I can definitely be wrong, on what I'm saying. Okay. And so if you do not hold the BitTorrent token, what you want to do is you really want to focus on, do I want to establish a position in BitTorrent? Why am I establishing this position? Is this a long-term hold? How much do I want to accumulate? And what are my price targets? These are things that you want to ask yourself, not just if you're looking to establish a new position in BitTorrent, but also if you already hold a position in BitTorrent. These are questions that you want to ask yourself as an investor, and not just with BitTorrent, any other cryptocurrency that you may be invested in. So hopefully this helps you all out. But now let's briefly talk about what's going on currently, in the cryptocurrency market. So right now there are quite a few things that are going on. I'm not going to talk about, really politics on this channel. I never really have, and I'm not going to start. But one thing that kind of has happened is the taxes being raised up to about 40%, for investors that earn over $1 million. That is a big deal, so a lot of people do not like that. We also have, the big whales in the cryptocurrency market, as far as big institutions, big money players who have taken profits, who have, sold. We had about $10 billion of, assets of crypto that was liquidated. We have the CME, which is the futures for Bitcoin and Ethereum, which is pretty much like options but for cryptocurrency. So we have all these different things that help swing the market. And the reason why we see so much volatility still in the cryptocurrency market is because it is still a new market being created. We are still a baby. We are still $2 trillion, right at 2 trillion. We still have a lot of resistance there. So right now we are going to see a lot of volatility, but keep in mind, volatility is how we make a lot of money. It is also how you lose a lot of money if you don't know what you're doing, or if you're selling at a loss and you're not being patient. But volatility is how you make the money. So don't get it twisted, guys. Right now, what is going on is a flash crash currently in the cryptocurrency market with a bunch of negative news that is swinging. You got a lot of money that is moving out of the markets. You got big people taking profits. You have people that took profits when Bitcoin hit 60,000, 63,000, 65,000. You got people that took profits when BitTorrent hit 1 cent, because you have people that bought extremely low before I did, and you got people that's holding 10 million, 20 million, maybe 30 million tokens, in BitTorrent that was waiting for it to hit 1 cent, and they took profits. So you just got to kind of understand, there are always going to be people before you that are looking to take profits because they were a little bit earlier than you. So what I want you to understand is what is going on right now. This is temporary. We may experience this, for a few months, But I want you to know, use this time right now to build out your core positions, so that way when we get ready to take off again, you are on the right side and we are going to become those future millionaires. I'm telling you, we will become them. We just have to be patient. Build out your quantity in the right positions and do not chase a ton of different cryptocurrencies. And now you can see what cryptocurrencies will stand the fight during this flash crash that we are experiencing. So hopefully this helped all of you out. I wanted to kind of touch on quite a few things that I see in the comment sections quite often. A lot of personal questions I get from Patreon members and in my DMs from IG and Twitter. So if you guys enjoyed this video, definitely share it out with the BTT gang so everyone can hear this out. If you guys haven't connected with me yet, on my social media platforms on Twitter or Instagram, definitely connect with me at Mike the Investor. And if you would like to gain inside access to exclusive content that I only post inside the Patreon and access to a Discord as well with a great and awesome community, definitely consider checking it out. Link is in the description. Thank you guys for watching the video. That is all I got for you. Remember to stay inspired, stay motivated, always invest in yourself, and I'm out.